Road to Glory Week 14, final week of the regular season. Pretty sick. So just ignore when I cough and stuff. All right. So all the playoff teams have been clinched, came down to the wire, but the final six are in. After this week, we'll know picks 1 through 4 in their order. Bracket, loser bracket doesn't matter. It's about how you finish. So if McGill loses, obviously he'll have the last pick. I mean, the first pick of the draft. All right, so if playoffs started today, however, I still think that they're going to switch up a little bit. Orlando with the 1 seed, Gallego with the 2, me versus Andrew, Ethan versus Nihil. That's where it would go right now. So, let's see. So I guess it is a rivalry week this week. So me versus Ethan, Andrew versus Evan, Gallego versus Mirando, Nihil versus McGill, and Japes versus Brett. So the way the playoffs are set right now, um, that can obviously change here. Just the seating. So yeah, let's get into what happened last week and how Andrew finally clinched his spot. Um, so me versus Mirando, wasn't really expecting to come close to winning. It'd make it a little interesting maybe, but Allen was on a bye and Kincaid, Tucker, TJ Edwards. But Hal, decent week. Jamar, I can't believe he had the game he had with Browning as his QB. Ayuk's been playing solid, and I'm really happy with how Devontae Smith has come along. Minimal production for my running backs, I would say. Um, Jesse Bates has been a huge pickup for me. But yeah, I would just say my receivers are the only reason why I was, somewhat in it. As for Mirando, Hurts, he's gonna get his points every week. You just gotta expect it. CD's exploded. He's been a pretty monster. AJ Brown with 15, Terry with 0, and that just I don't know how that happened. Kamara 2 TDs. He always loves playing good against me. And then Gibbs and Kelsey were pretty quiet. Same with Zach Moss. But Sanders with 10, Tampa with 11, Singleton with 12 and a half. Just just these guys up here really killed me, I would say. So what the hell is this? All right, 1 sec. Andrew came back. Shouldn't say came back, but was on the verge of choking out his playoff spot, but he did come back. T-Laws look good, 25. Probably would have had over 30 if he didn't get hurt, but I was starting to put it together a little bit. He was limited. I mean, I can't believe that he actually has a chance of playing. So he's coming alive at the right time for Andrew going into the playoffs. Keenan Allen was kept quiet. Shitty game overall. Rain. Weather wasn't helping. Debo basically won Andrew the week. 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 1 rush, 116 receiving yards. Dobbs got 8. Montgomery got a touchdown. Ferguson got a touchdown. Gibson had basically 10. Amendola with 10. Winfield with 16. Luakon 10.5. Khalil Mack with 12. So Andrews in the playoffs. As for Ethan, Tua with 19. Amon-Ra with 11. Metcalf had an explosion too. It wasn't looking good for Andrew. Eckler with 4. That's pretty big letdown. Rachaad White 18. Laporta 24. Nico 27. Holy shit. Nixon with 11. Wow, I'm surprised Andrew actually pulled this one out. Also be hit. So if Ethan started Miami's defense, he would have won. Hill took down Gallego. Herb, quiet week. Tyreek should be making his case for MVP this year. Christian Kirk, he got hurt first play of offense for the Jags. He's going to be out the rest of the year. Pickens with 9, Mixon with 28, 2 touchdowns. Holy shit. 6 receptions. Charbonnet had 15, 0 from Cade Otton, so that didn't help. 24 from A-Chain, 14 from Mac A, -1 from Dallas' defense. That just can't happen. Buda Baker with 8. Really not much from the defensive players. For Nihil, huge week. Purdy, 29. Deontay had 12. Pittman had 24. Watson with 25. Holy shit. Breece Hall, with 9.5. CMC with 20. Ingram with 20. Say Jones with 10. Holy shit. And Nihil put a good week together. For sure. Definitely had a good week. Christian Watson could be the sleeper here that, helps Nihil deep into the playoffs. Brett taking down McGill. Tyler had 11. Mike Evans had 24. He's been an absolute machine. Cup with 14. ETM with 16. Yep. Kyron, another good week with 19. Had a TD at the end. Jerome Ford had 13. Indy's defense looked good. They had a couple block punts too. Simpson and Bukum with 12. Then for McGill, basically Dak had a good week. Olave had 5 for 119. Tajay Spears, not bad. Taysom Hill had a rush TD. Cleveland's defense at -3. That's not good. Myles Garrett had 0. So just not really a good week for McGill overall. McBride had a good week. Chuba had a good week. And lastly, Japes took down Evan. Mahomes had 14. He was kind of quiet this year, I would say. Puka had 20. Tank Dell out for the year on IR. I think it was his ankle or something. Pollard with 16.8. Pacheco with 20. He had a really good game on the ground. Yep, 110 rushing. Cortland Sutton had 13. Kicker at 15. Defense at 22. Irwin at 10.5. Bobby Wagner at 11. So good week from Japes. Just, unfortunate with Andrew getting his win. Russ had 18. D-Hop at 16. Ridley had a quiet week. King looked good. 24. 2 rush TDs. Ramondre, he's likely done. I would say ankle injury, I think it was. James Conner at 22. That was really it. So that brings us on to this week. So let's see if any big. I don't think there were really any big transactions, honestly, because obviously there were no trades or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really that, it's a game changer, I would say, as of right now. But we have me versus Ethan. I would say matchup of the week would be obviously 1 versus 2 right here. Miranda versus Gallego. But so me versus Ethan. I got Josh Allen versus KC. Um, Looking forward to that. Should be a good game, hopefully. Um, I feel like Allen always seems to play pretty well against them. With the way Jamar played last week, I think he'll have a good week. Like Ayuk, I got Devontae and Swift playing Sunday night at Dallas, and I do really like Bijan this week, um, as well as Mostert and Kincaid. Ethan's got Tua against Tennessee. That's a really good matchup for him. Same with Amon-Ra. Say Metcalf and Nico got a couple tough schedules, but um, they've both been playing well. So Eckler is playing the Chargers. Rachaad White, I like that matchup against Atlanta. Same with Laporta and Hawkinson. So a lot of good matchups for Ethan. And he's got Pittsburgh State playing the Pats. Bosa's playing Geno Smith. Crosby's playing Josh Dobbs. I'm picking Ethan. I actually think Ethan's game changer is going to be Pittsburgh's defense tonight for sure. They could honestly get like 30 points, no lie. The Chargers are getting 22 and a half. They're putting up more. We got Andrew versus Evan. Almost came down to this for Andrew, but luckily he's no pressure. No pressure this week. Josh Dobbs at Las Vegas. See what happens if Trev ends up playing. He's been playing awesome. He did practice. Just crazy. I don't know. Um, Keenan Allen's probably gonna have Pat Surtain on him. And then I think Debo will have a good week. And if Jadis is back, I don't know. This is where it's gonna get interesting. How Jefferson's gonna play. We got Monty against Chicago. That's a good matchup. Jacobs against Minnesota. I'm just not sold on Madison either. Jags defense versus Cleveland, I like. As for Evan, Lamar playing the Rams at home. D-Hop playing Miami, so could be good if, they're playing from behind. Ridley at Cleveland. We don't know who's starting at QB. I'm just gonna kind of skim these. Derrick Henry Monday Night Football against Miami. James Cook, I actually think could have a good game this week. Obviously, Kyle Pitts has been a bum. Very underwhelming for the Falcons receivers overall. I like New Orleans home against Carolina, but I'm gonna go with Andrew this week. We have the matchup of the week 1 versus 2. Gallego's got Herb playing Denver. Tyreek playing Tennessee, which is really good matchup for him. I also think Diggs playing KC is too. We'll see what happens with Pickens versus the Pats. Uh, Mixon's been more involved with, um, you know, Browning playing, and then A-Chain might explode too. I feel like they could run all over them. And then we could be seeing Goddard make a return. And Galeo's going Brandon Cooks, he's been playing really well lately. He's going to beat Cooks. Jets defense versus Houston will be tough. Who we got on the bench? Kenneth Walker, who's questionable. Well, yeah, so you're not going to start one of these yet until you know. As for Miranda, Hurts with 22 projected against Dallas, that's going to be a really good game. And he's got lot of a lot of implication here. Hurts, CD, and AJ. That's going to be a really good game. Rashee Rice against Buffalo. I mean, their secondary is pretty depleted. Kamara against Carolina at home. I feel like Kamara plays a lot better at home. Gibbs against Chicago and Kelsey playing Buffalo. Zach Moss playing Cincy. Like your defense this week, Green Bay playing with Giants. Jalen Warren, Jameson Williams, Najee. Actually, just wanted to see because he scored, right? Didn't he have a rushing touchdown? Yeah. I'm going Miranda. Just think he has the stacked team heading into the playoffs. So here we have Nihil playing McGill. Brock Purdy's looked really good. So Nihil's going Purdy against Seattle at home. We got Devontae Adams playing home against Minnesota. Pittman, he's been a beast. He's just consistent. He's going to get you at least 7 catches a game, it seems like. Then he's been a demon. McCaffrey's Thanos. He's going to get you 20 at least. And then Hill's going Zeke. So Ramondre out. He's going Zeke in. Zeke's going to get a lot of touches. He'll probably get like 5 to 6 receptions maybe with the way the game's supposed to look. And then Evan Ingram, if T-Law's playing, we'll see. Breece Hall, he kind of reminds me of Barkley. He's playing a shit offense, which is unfortunate because they're both really good. But who you're benching Deontay, and obviously, yeah, Jonathan Taylor's out. I don't know. What about big play Gabe Davis versus the Chiefs? We all know that history. Um, and then McGill's got Dak playing Philly, Lockett playing San Fran. That's gonna be tough. I do like Waddle versus Tennessee. Same with Olave. Javonte against the Chargers. There's Saquon. Poor Saquon. Aaron Jones against the Giants. Yeah, I just don't see a lot of. I gotta go with Nihil. Just he's more balanced, I think. Then we got Brett versus Japes and what could have been a huge playoff implication. Eddie Andrew lost last week. So Brett doesn't have a QB in, but Mike Evans, great matchup historically versus Atlanta. Cup against Baltimore, tough matchup. Cooper is questionable against the Jags. Is he playing? He didn't play. I don't think he's gonna play. ETN, he'll be good. Kyron's been a stud. Kittle's been okay. Ford's playing Jacksonville too. Jeeps come Mahomes against Buffalo. He always plays well against them too. Puka, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore I really like. Pollard seeming to get going again, so Gus Edwards, Cole Kmet. Do you have bias this week? Pacheco against Buffalo, I like too. Tank Dell's out. You had Mark Andrews too. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, so just kind of got depleted for you, I think too. I think your trades were just more based on, potential for keepers. Obviously, I'm picking Japes this week. Um, And then as for players, this is the last week of buys, so everything should be kind of even after this. So we got Allen at 302. Just had his buy this week. Ertz, CMC, Tyreek, Dak, Sam Howell. Wide receivers, we got Tyreek, Keenan Allen, CD, AJ, Jamar somehow got up there. Diggs, St. Brown, Mike Evans. It's CMC, Mostert, ETN, Kamara, Rashad White. Tight end still Hawkinson. Yep, Hawkinson, Kelsey, Laporta, Kittle, Ingram, Komet, Mark Andrews. Leading kicker still Hopkins. Yep, Dustin Hopkins. Dallas still at the top even with those negative points last week. DeGrom Bland. Still got Mad Max at the top. And then linebackers, Blue Khan, TJ Edwards. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this week. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make this because I just didn't feel good, but gotta get it done. So we'll see what the bracket looks like next week, and good luck this week. We got playoffs starting next week, and then gonna have the winner soon, and I'll almost almost know the draft order. So for next year, so we'll see next week.